Well, Bauman had to believe that story because Teddy noted that every time he told it, he couldn't keep from shuddering.
Well, the whole thing happened back in 1850 when Bauman was a young man. Him and his partner was trapping up in the mountains in Idaho. And not having much luck trapping, Bauman and Jessup, not being superstitious men, decided to go up to a particular small stream that was said to have a lot of beaver. But to get to that stream, they had to travel by way of a pass that, it had an evil reputation ever since a year before when a hunter wandered into it and was killed by some wild beast. Well, Bauman and Jessup, calculating that they couldn't get the horses up the pass, traveled on foot till they reached a beaver swamp where they decided to camp for the night. Well, there's still a few hours of daylight, so they built a small lean-to and went on up the creek with their traps. Setting the traps took a little longer than they thought, so they didn't get back to the camp till late in the evening. When they came into the camp, the whole place was just torn up. The lean-to was smashed. Blankets and supplies were just thrown all over the place. And all around the camp, there was footprints just as plain as if they'd been made in snow. And they examined the tracks real close and concluded that whatever it was certainly walked on 2 legs. It was getting too dark to tell much. The 2 men went on to bed with the intentions of studying the tracks in the morning. About midnight, Bauman was awakened by some kind of noise. He saw a black shape come across the front of the lean-to. He grabbed his rifle and fired a shot at it. He could not see what it was. All he knew is that it was running fast. Well, after that, both of them sat by the fire the rest of the night, keeping a close watch on that doggone thing. Whatever it was, that thing came back and stood for an hour or so in the trees across the swamp. It made some god-awful sounds, but it didn't come near the camp. In the morning, they both decided to leave the valley just as soon as they could. So they spent the rest of the morning gathering their traps from the creek, and well, you know something? Every trap was just plumb empty. By noon, their fears of the past night just kind of dimmed. He even seemed a little bit foolish. So, since there was only 3 traps left, Bauman volunteered to gather them while Jessup went on into camp to pack up the gear for departure. When Bauman returned to the camp, everything was quiet. He hollered to Jessup. There was no answer. Then, Bauman caught sight of his friend. He was dead. His neck broke, just like it'd been nothing but a twig. Jessup was dead. There wasn't nothing Bauman could do but bury him. There wasn't time to do that before dark, so he just grabbed his pack and headed down the horses where they was hobbled, and he lit out of there just about as fast as a couple of scared horses could handle.
Bauman said as far as he knew, them traps was still up there on the old Salmon River, along with Jessup's bones.